Hello, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and welcome to another episode of Going Topicless, the podcast that goes on hour-long rants so you don't have to. I'm your host, CJ Dipper, joined as always by my lovely and handsome co-host, Gandhi. And you may have noticed we got
Hey,
webcams.
we're on video now. We're
Yeah,
like we're like Joe Rogan. We're,
exactly.
we are just as popular as Joe Rogan as well. We have just as many subscribers as him. So,
Before you know it, we're
catching
gonna have like presidential candidates and celebrities on here. It's just a
just
matter of time.
talking about aliens and all of his other crazy topics that he goes into. I
Yeah.
actually don't listen to Rogan.
I usually only
I don't.
listen if the guest is somebody that I know well.
I I have listened to Rogan. I just I don't regularly at all. I only listen to like two podcasts, maybe three. Rogan's not one of them. And then, I used to at least have an excuse because he wasn't on Spotify. And
Nice.
I listened to all my stuff on Spotify. And then now I moved over to Spotify, and anybody that questions me, I'm just like, ah, dude, I don't know. Podcasts shouldn't be 4 hours long. And he really just goes on about it.
Seems legit.
So,
We'll just not talk about our one episode that's 6 hours long.
uh,
That never happened. Never
is
happened.
that even posted still?
I think it is. Pretty sure it is.
I have no idea. Wait, are you talking about the first episode that we ever did together?
Yeah.
Or was there an additional one?
No, I think it's the only one. I think there was one, maybe two that were 3 hours, but most have been between an hour and 2 hours long.
Yeah, that hour sweet spot
Yeah.
really hits me. Unless it's like somebody that I actually want to listen to, which I just don't think I want to listen to Rogan even for an hour.
And nobody wants to listen
No
to us, let's be
disrespect. I
real.
think he's hilarious. I mean, he obviously is the most successful podcaster in the game.
He's
So
almost got 2,000 episodes of his podcast. That's a lot.
he
And
has
he also
2,000
does
episodes.
almost
So what?
2,000.
He's been doing it. Say, what is that math? What was that, like
I don't know. I
six
think he
years,
usually
7 years
does.
almost?
Yeah, because he does
Like
what,
of daily
three?
episodes?
I think it's 3 or 4 a week usually.
I thought he did them daily.
I don't think so. I think
Oh,
it's usually three or
I
four
thought
a
he
week.
used to on. I thought he used to on YouTube. I thought he
Maybe he
posted a
used
new
to.
one like every
Yeah.
fucking day. I mean, I guess he might not have the time for it nowadays because he's blown up and he's like one of the biggest personalities on the internet. But, you know. Speaking of Rogan and the um, presence of his conspiracists theories,
Hmm.
and alien talk and the future and his heavy enjoyment of drug use. You know what is the future, Devin? Dogecoin.
True.
Dogecoin
True.
is the fucking future.
Better
And
invest now.
this, I fucking love it. I think it's hilarious. That well, I guess all crypto has really been exploding in like the last week.
Hmm.
Uh, Mostly
Yeah,
in part due
Bitcoin
to,
surpassed 33,000 USD, I think,
I think
a
they surpassed
few hours.
34 this morning.
Really? Yeah, it was 33
Hmm.
last I checked. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Ethereum is about to hit 1,000. It's at like 960 right now per coin. Um, but the real winner of the crypto conundrum from the last week is Dogecoin. It is a coin that was started fucking, I don't know, 6 years ago. Yeah, it was initially released. Oh, I guess 7 years ago now, December 6th, 2013, and it was in part created More as a meme. The Doge meme. The
Seems legit.
fucking the uh the Shiba Inu dog Doge meme. But it caught a following. Not a grandest one like Bitcoin. It doesn't it's not gonna make you the returns that Bitcoin has made for people. But people have made money off of this, and that's the worst part. They're buying so much of it. The current price of a single Dogecoin is 1 penny, and then some numbers behind it. Like
Hmm.
it's just a little more than a penny USD. So it's like $7 in Canada.
Yeah,
But
about the price of a chocolate bar up here.
but but last week it was trading for less than half a penny. So it has shown gains of over 100%.
I should invest.
And and the thing that's so awesome about it is I think that Dogecoin is known for being it's not serious. Like I think some e-tailers do accept it as payment, but it's pretty scarce. And but the entire crypto community is just they just know that Doge is like it's funny, but like sure I can put $1,000 into it and it's like I might make some money. So people are just investing like crazy in Dogecoin. So I saw this mostly. I think it was on New Year's Day, and I've followed Doge for a little bit just because I follow a little bit of the cryptocurrency shit. I think it's stupid. I stand by my tweet if anyone saw that,
I saw it,
but
yeah.
I do follow it just because people fucking make money out of it, so I follow it. And so then Doge. I remember I was seeing Doge probably like 6 months ago, and it was at like a a tenth of a penny. It was like 0.0015 ish,
Hmm.
like price range.
Would that be a hundredth of a penny?
Yeah, but a penny is already a penny.
Yeah.
Math, right?
Yes.
Actually, I
Yeah,
think we're
sure.
both wrong.
Probably. I've got no fucking clue.
So
My excuses have been
I
I've been high
said,
school for 2 years, so fuck it.
so what I have decided to do, one of my uh 2021 New Year's resolutions, you could say, is every time that I feel the urge to gamble on any sporting event, which is legal in my state of residency, um, I will instead of putting the money into my sportsbook account, I will then buy Dogecoin with the amount of money that I was going to wager in a sporting event, and I'm instead going to buy Dogecoin and see how much I can accumulate within 1 year of, of investing in Dogecoin. so, so that's my plan for
You'll have to give us
2021.
updates on every episode, see how much you got.
Uh, I've already accumulated a little bit, not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's still some. I currently hold 14,085 Dogecoins.
It's a
Um,
lot.
it's only about $100 worth. It's
Not a lot.
not a lot. I think it's like $104. This is what, and the $4 just came from because I had a couple bucks on like my brokerage debit card that I don't ever use, like on my broker account. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just throw the $4 on there too because I was gonna bet $100 on a football game the other night, but I was like, no, I'm done with this. I lost my ass in 2020 sports betting. Not not my. I mean, I lost a little bit of money, but But yeah, instead of sports gambling in 2021, I'm instead going to gamble in Dogecoin because it's got to be like the same amount of risk.
Probably. You never know. It might
So,
it might just pop off. I imagine
uh,
like a lot of people have probably invested in it just for the meme, and then
oh
suddenly,
yeah,
for some reason, it just starts to blow up, and then boom, you start
oh that's what
investing
I'm
as a
hoping.
meme, and now you've got a boatload of cash.
I'm hoping that 2021 is the year of memes, like where memes just take over the entire world, and it's not just on the internet anymore. I need to see like I don't know what's one of like the biggest brands that isn't Tesla or Amazon. I
Um,
need, but like a reasonable one. I need to see like PepsiCo make a commercial that is like 30 seconds long for the Super Bowl that is nothing but memes. Like it starts off like 2 years ago with like little Nas X walking down some fucking dirt road like for the his music video, and then there's just like fucking what's that cat? Like the original cat meme. Um,
um,
like the space flying through the space starts with a T.
oh, you're not thinking of
No,
Nyan Cat, are you?
maybe,
With the annoying music.
maybe. I
Uh,
can't remember. That was an
that
original
one's really
meme.
old.
That's like with Doge. That's like as old as Doge.
Yeah,
Doge was an original meme, and it's time for the original memes to come back. Because I was thinking the other day, the internet kind of sucks today.
yeah.
Uh, and I don't know
It's
if it's just
it's like
because.
it's like 40% toxic, 40% just lame memes that no one laughs at, and then like 20%, you got that 20% corner of wholesome that kind of flies under the
No, I
radar
think
usually.
everybody's just fucking soft still. I just feel like you can't even make any jokes anymore. Still, you have to like start all your sentences out with like if you tweet something and it's even just a little controversial, you have to like disclaim yourself, or you have to try and like shift the focus away from the controversial point that you're making into this like thing that people can actually have a discussion about. Nobody wants to have discussions anymore.
They have to do a reply tweet beneath that says, "For legal reasons, this is a joke."
Right? Allegedly,
Yeah.
I thought of all of these things, but yeah. So 2021 year of the meme, year of the Doge. It's official. We're calling it here. Um, we didn't even talk about anything. Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, Merry
Uh,
Christmas. We didn't say
happy
Merry
Kwanzaa.
Christmas last
Happy
podcast, so I thought we
Hanukkah.
would do another episode before then, but
Well, we failed as usual. So yeah, 2021, Doge year, meme year.
mhm. Speaking of soft, and this can branch into the next topic is Twitch has added some recent ban words that go against their terms of
Oh,
services. Simp,
virgin.
incel, version.
And then my favorite thing about this is it was then followed up after necessary backlash from not just the black community, but from the Twitch community as a whole. Um, is then Twitch came out and was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna ban all those words too. Those being like racial slurs and stuff
Right, right.
because." Um, but then I think they made a tweet, and I need to find it really quickly because it it was bad. Um, pretty sure it had something to do with the the N word and how it can still be used with uh the A, but not the ER. and then um, I think that they also said that they were pushing towards erasing the N word entirely, even with the A on Twitch,
Oh, I think
which
I found the tweet you're thinking of. We have had questions
maybe
about the use of the N-word on Twitch. Use with a hard R is not allowed, period. We also automatically block the word across Twitch, including in chat. Additionally,
yeah,
regardless of spelling or pronunciation, slurs used for the purpose of hate harassment are not allowed.
that's the tweet.
That's what you're thinking
But
of?
then,
Okay.
yes, that is the tweet. And from what, so I was listening to a podcast, Gaming Illuminati. I'll give them a little shout out because I do really enjoy their content. They are um, their whole community of content creators. I believe their whole community is black, and they're very vocal on black culture and all that stuff. And they were talking about it. They were like, if Twitch, comes around for this ban on using the N word, and then that trickles into, like the tweet mentioned, any variation of the slurs, and they took that as the N word with an A, and they were like, we say that. Like, you can't just be coming around like banning black people for
Hmm.
saying the N word. And I was like, you're making some good points. But, I don't know. I think there's some gray area. I'm sure that there will be plenty of leeway. And I mean, I don't know why. But
I always
the words that they
found,
chose were just weird to me.
yeah, I always
Like simp,
found the whole
virgin.
thing where like black people can say the N-word but nobody else can to be a bit of an odd one. Because like you're not supposed to say the N-word because it's racist, but black people can say it, but no one else can. But that's racist. So like, are we winning here or not?
No, I think you're stepping into territory that shouldn't be. It's just not. It's not your place to talk.
I mean, I don't like to use the word
Well,
myself. I'm just
well, duh.
just to point that out. But I mean, like, I don't know. But then you go into the thing where like where rap songs and music and stuff they use the N-word, and then you got people that are going around singing the words to the song. Are they racist for just repeating lyrics to a song, or
No, I think it
it's
all has to do. I
where
think it's all
do we draw the
context.
line?
But I mean, I think it's a solid point that just racial slurs shouldn't be used in general.
I like that.
I mean, we'll just stick with that one.
That seems like a good
But
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, interesting move from Twitch. That was what, like 3 weeks ago? That was probably before Christmas time that they made that.
Yeah, the tweet was on the 19th, so
Yeah. So a couple days before Christmas, they decided to make that move. Again, yeah, I just think it's weird. The like virgin. I don't. If people are getting offended by being called a virgin, that's the most virgin fucking thing that I've ever heard of.
oh, the
Like,
irony.
like, you you're just telling everybody what you are at this point.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
um, it's
I
weird
mean,
move.
I
Um,
couldn't care less, honestly.
it's yeah, it
I'm
doesn't affect
fucking
me. I don't have any viewers in my Twitch chat anyways to call me a virgin, so that sucks. But speaking of other things that 2021 have to do with is I have made realistic expectations. I know they're not resolutions, they're not goals, expectations for my 2021. The first one that I'm excited about is the Dogecoin. That's that we've already talked about that. The second is that I have uh, been making more of a push for content creation. Streamed last night on the second day of the year.
mm,
Just saying, just saying. You
I've
know,
yet to stream this year.
nursed my New Year's hangover a little bit on New Year's Day, and then second day came around and I was like, it's time to fire up the old stream. Um, played a little Cyberpunk last night,
Right on.
and
I have not played
gonna
it yet. I've
play.
been meaning to play it first time on stream.
I'd
But
like
I'm
to
I'm
talk
told
about
it's
it a
very
little bit
resource
today.
heavy, so You can go
Yes.
right ahead. Yeah, knock yourself out. What are your thoughts?
I'm not I'm not upset with how the game is. I am rather upset that CD Projekt Red only released this game due to public backlash because this game should have never been released.
Hmm.
Um,
Even
in
after
my
like what 6 months delay in
this
total?
game should not have been released. This game should have been released in maybe 2 years, 1 year at least. Like this game has so many problems. It is probably the most unoptimized game that I've ever played. Um, and I say that because I believe that my computer is rather beefy. I have a 2080 Super in it, Ryzen, I think 7 or I don't fucking know, dude. 32 fucking gigs of RAM. Like I don't have problems running games. And Cyberpunk obviously is, they told you since the game was announced that like it's going to be a beefy game to run on a computer. It's going to be fucking a you know, large file. It's gonna test your fucking rig. It has done that, but it's also done it when it shouldn't be doing it. So the first problem that I've had with the optimization of the game is first time I played it, it launched in and it auto selected ultra graphics with ray tracing enabled. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, well, if it's thinking that my computer can run the game at that, that's awesome. And that is what I'm playing the game at, is the optimized settings. But so the optimized settings that NVIDIA gave me for Cyberpunk, it's my rig's getting like 45, maybe 50 frames, if there's like low population density on the map at the time. Um, and so it's completely playable. 45 frames per second is playable. Um, and I don't want to, be like, oh, well, fucking, I play on PC to get a bunch of frames. Well, I'm also playing, it's a single player game. I don't care about that. So 45 frames playable. But then my problem with it is then if I turn ray tracing off and I go down to medium settings, I only get 58 frames, maybe 60. Like there's no way to make it a smoother experience
Hmm.
because even if I kill all the graphic settings, I'm still not getting a lot of frames. And not like, yeah, 60 frames is, you know, it's like the
Moderate.
standard. Yeah, it's like the standard for like console games and shit. But uh, it's not a smooth experience. Not when you're playing other games, at 120, 130 frames per second, like, I do. So that's my first gripe with the optimization from Cyberpunk because I think that it's just, I think it's ridiculous that it doesn't matter what your graphic settings are, and then there's still no improvement in gameplay for me.
Hmm.
Second, the bugs that I have encountered have just been wonky. Um, I was doing like the very first mission the night that I bought it, and I bought it on, I think New Year's Eve was the first night that I played it. Because I'm a really cool dude and I had so many plans on New Year's Eve, yet I decided to stay home and play Cyberpunk.
Admirable.
Um, I'm I'm actually saving the community by not gathering in large masses.
True.
So,
True. Doing the world a favor
um,
right now.
yeah, I'm a fucking hero at the moment. So I was doing the first mission and I'm driving a car down the road, and all of a sudden, this NPC just like teleports into the middle of the road, sitting as if they were driving a vehicle, like sideways. And then I'm like, oh, well, this doesn't exist. Like, this is just an invisible person. I'm going to drive right through it. No, I end up running the fucking NPC over, and then I get the cops on me for killing the civilian. And I'm like this is like the introduction to the game that I'm like that all this happens, and I'm like, well, that's fucking annoying, but okay, we'll just move on. So then I get into Night City, the main city for the game. I'm assuming that you know something about
Yeah,
Cyberpunk.
I know that's at least the name of the city. That's
I
about all
didn't,
I
and
know.
I didn't until like I fucking played the game. I had no interest in buying this game, and then it came out, and I was like, all right, new year, new game. Let's see if I can actually complete one. Um, and so the next bugs that I started to encounter was I'd just be like walking through Night City, and then all of a sudden, like NPCs would just like put their arms out like Jesus on the cross, and then just start like spinning in circles and like floating around the map and shit. And it's just like it wasn't like game breaking. It didn't matter because they were just like floating off in their own little la la lands. But I was just like, okay, your NPCs are just like they're not like it's not correct. Like these are things that it makes me believe that CD Projekt Red never played this game. Like they never actually played the game that they were developing. They just coded it, they knew how it worked, but they never hit start
Right.
because it's like I mean they're
Like there was
obvious
no
just like
QA
little
testing
bugs.
at all
Yeah.
in the whole
We-
development
it's not
process.
like it's not like most things, where like balancing issues with overpowered gear or even like combat mechanics or like AI, problems during combat. It's not like a bug that would actually take, the masses to find. Like this all happened within like the first 20 minutes of me playing the fucking game. Um, but again, none of it was game breaking. It's not like any of the bugs that I have even encountered are all that game breaking. I will also say that the AI in the game is fucking stupid. Um, it's very easy to just like go into an area, um, like run to a hiding spot. Somebody will like see you, they'll encounter you, but then they have like a bar that like a I noticed you bar that like raises up,
Right.
and if it doesn't get to the top and you get behind cover, it just to the bottom. So like you could see I've done it where like I have to go into an area to like get something. Um, but then I just run from the start to a cover, and then their little eyeballs go away, and then I run to the next cover, and then their eyeballs go away. I grab my shit and I get out. I'm not like hacking into the cameras like the game wants me to. I'm not killing anybody because the AI is so fucking stupid.
Mm.
So that and man, the menus, the menus are so awful. The like going from like there's 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 a backpack. There's an actual inventory menu where you just see your items, and then and that's called backpack. But then you can go to your inventory, which is where you fucking like equip your character, change clothes, yada yada. And then there's a completely separate um character like main stat screen, and then each fucking like skill section has like its own screen. There's like menus inside of menus inside of menus. I think it's fucking I think it's awful. I think the way that the menus are set up is fucking terrible. I still don't even know how to use them. Like I don't know all the fucking keys. Maybe I'm just dumb, but um, I have such a hard time like getting through the menus. I think it's just all messy and jumbled.
Mm.
I have like 12 hours in the game, and I'm still just like not having a good time with it the whole game. I'm really trying, and I'm curious as to like if I should maybe like stop playing until like the first big patch comes out. But then I'm like, when will that be?
Mm.
Because I bet they're not even going. I bet CD Projekt Red ain't even going back to work till tomorrow, January 4th, first Monday of the year. So you're looking at least like another week, and then like they don't roll it out for like 2 weeks, and then I don't know. I'm I'm enjoying the game. I think the gunplay is fucking terrible. The the gun the gunplay is awful in in Cyberpunk. The guns feel terrible. Um, but maybe I'm just a low level. Uh, I I don't think that the I think that the guns just have way too much fucking recoil. Every single one of them, none of them do it like any fucking damage. I've just been running around with like this giant fucking machete thing and just slicing everybody in half because it's like the only manageable way to kill anything.
Seems legit.
But that and then I mean, so going into Cyberpunk like pre-release, I didn't know what this fucking game was about. I never understood it. I knew that it was, futuristic, like open world experience. That was it. Um, it took about 6 or 7 hours of my gameplay, and I say my gameplay because it wasn't just straight main story. I did a lot of side stuff before I even did like the first main story mission. Um, but it took me about 6 hours into gameplay before I even realized like somewhat of the premise of the entire story.
Right.
And now I'm 12 hours in and I still don't really understand what we're doing. I think the storytelling isn't great. And maybe I'm just not paying attention well enough, but like I'm actually trying to like dive into the lore of this game, like reading all the little like notes that you find on computers and all that other bullshit that you would find in any other like open world RPG. But I'm just having a really hard time like enjoying myself while playing it. And I really want to enjoy it. I think it had the potential to be a really, really fucking good game. But
There was a lot of hype around
they
it.
released they shouldn't have
Like,
released it. The problem that people are having is that they want to keep saying that the game's been in development for like 10 years or whatever. And their only reasoning for that is because it was like announced at E3 or something back in like 2012, I think. Um, and so people were like, "Oh, well, this game's like, it's coming soon. Like they're showing us a teaser trailer and yada yada." And when people see that shit, they think that like the game's gonna be in development. But then, CD Projekt Red released Witcher 3 after showing like, Cyberpunk trailer. And then so even if CD Projekt Red had like anybody working on Cyberpunk, it'd be a very small team of their studio because they were finishing up Witcher 3. And then Witcher 3 had what, two big expansions? I know they had at least like the giant one, the Wild Hunt or whatever. Or was that just the name of the game? I have
I
no
have no.
fucking idea. I never played Witcher. And that would create a lot of backlash if we actually had an audience that listened to us. But yeah, I've never played Witcher. Um,
Fun
maybe in
fact, neither
2021
have
I'll
I.
play it. I own it. I think I've played it for like 20 minutes. Um, and I just lost all train of thought. Oh yeah, so Witcher had the two expansions. So the CD Projekt Red's main focus was still Witcher for like 2 years, 3 years maybe, after um, Cyberpunk was even announced. And so then say like then at that point we're in 2016, 2015 maybe,
Hmm.
2015 maybe 2016. And then CD Projekt Red is like having the masses work on Cyberpunk. So yeah, since 2012 or whatever, I'm sure that they were working on like concept art and maybe like story scripts, side mission scripts, but they weren't actually developing the game.
Probably
With
mostly storyboarding for the first
right,
few
yeah, for the first
months.
like 2 or 3 years, I would say, probably a long
A
time.
year of storyboarding, probably. I think they
Well, when
probably,
it actually comes to writing and all that shit.
yeah, rating the story, storyboarding it, concept art. then they'd probably start to get into some of the character design, world
Hmm.
building. I can see that being, well, for a game as anticipated as this, I can see that being about two
Right.
years in, starting to
I
actually
mean,
like
you
construct the very foundation
well,
of the
you would
game.
kind of, I mean, at some point you would kind of hope that it would be, they would spend that much time on it, developing a story
Hmm.
and making sure, doing all the voice acting. And obviously those are all things that can be done, mid development. It's not like you have to
Yeah.
focus on that, like, while the fucking coders are, doing their jobs. But it's like this game really didn't start in development probably until like 2015. And so then you say, well, yeah, 5 years is still a hell of a long time to create a game. But then you have to realize that CD Projekt Red probably knew that a console change was coming. They didn't know when, but when you get into like 2017, probably like midway through their development, is when all the rumors probably started flying up about like the next Xbox, the next PlayStation.
Hmm.
Everybody wants to know like the new stuff that's coming out. So then that kind of can halt game development because then you're like, well, do we make it? We need to make a decision. Do we try and push this game out on the current generation of consoles, which at the time would have been the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, or do we wait for the new generation? But then they fucked up and they did it for both. This
Hmm.
game should have never been released on the last generation of consoles. I couldn't imagine playing this game on a fucking PlayStation 5, let alone like an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. Uh, it's got to be the worst experience ever. I mean, it had to be so bad because PlayStation pulled it from their store on the PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Like customers cannot buy it anymore. And
I
then
I
CD Projekt
expect
Red
that
came out with a
like,
statement apologizing for the poor experience on last gen consoles
yeah.
and were offering refunds. I
Yeah, I
don't think that
saw
they were
that.
even
I saw the tweet
fucking.
about that.
I wonder if they took the game away from them. Like if they offered the refund and like blocked like the licensing on the digital copies.
Imagine.
I actually don't know. I never thought about that.
Hmm.
But I really hope that they did because I think that would just be funny. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, our game sucks. You can't play it. Here's your money back, but like you can't have it anymore. That'd be funny. So yeah,
I
I don't know. I
imagine
think
like,
that the game should. I think the game should have been delayed more,
hmm.
a whole year more. I don't think CD Projekt Red should have ever came out with any sort of tentative release date ever. Especially they were supposed to initially release in April. Like
Yeah.
at that point they were really hoping I think this is what they were doing. They were getting sleazy with it because they wanted a release in April so that they could get all of the consumers on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And then new consoles drop in fucking November, which I guess back in April, like they didn't have release dates yet, but everybody knew that that shit was going to be holiday. I mean, it's the only fucking marketing scheme that makes sense.
Hmm. That's usually how they
Um,
usually go, isn't it? They drop the new
right.
consoles in the late of the year.
Yeah, because it's Q4. You finish off your fucking, your fiscal year strong, from a corporate standpoint. And it's holiday time, so you've got fucking little Timmy and Jimmy wanting a new fucking Xbox, telling their mom they want it for fucking Hanukkah, and then switch it up on you. You thought I was gonna say Christmas.
Yeah.
Um, but
Do you even get gifts in Hanukkah? Is that a thing?
yeah,
Do
I
they?
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you get one gift a day.
Right, right, right. And that's for like, what, 12 days?
No,
12 days or
eight,
15 days? 18 days?
eight,
8
eight,
days? I
eight.
thought it was longer than that.
No,
I'm pretty sure
I
it's
don't
longer than
believe
that.
so.
Do I should Google this?
Oh, I think you need to, and I really hope you're wrong and I'm not. It's definitely 8.
Yeah, it's 8. Okay, you are
Okay.
right. I stand
Yeah.
corrected.
Jeez. Uh, 12? Oh my God, that's
I
half
don't
the
know what
month
our
of
taste is.
December. Um, yeah, I wish the game was delayed though. I think they released it way too early. There's too many bugs. It's poorly optimized. I
Was
think
it
I think that
2018 or 2017 E3 that they did the first trailer for it?
I think probably 18, if I had to guess.
2018.
Yeah, it was 18 because I was working for the state at the time, and I remember watching the trailer in my hotel room while I was training.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was 18. Um, wow, that was a weird memory that just came back.
I feel like
But
they
yeah,
were
it was
really
2018. Yeah, because
pushing.
it was like that 45-minute fucking release because it was like
Yeah,
pre-alpha build, right? Yep, I
yeah.
remember that. I remember watching that now.
I
I
feel
think
like
the
they
thing
were
that
really
that's worse
pushing
though.
for they were really pushing, like you said, to try and get that release before the next generation console, so they could pull in
Hmm.
money from two different generations.
Absolutely.
And then,
And I understand it from a business standpoint. It makes sense. You
yeah,
can always update a game. You know,
yeah,
you can't necessarily always get consumers back, especially because look at the last like when the Xbox One and the PS4 released. Companies did that still.
hmm
They were releasing on both sets of consoles.
I mean, Grand Theft
Um,
Auto 5 pulled in billions doing that
oh yeah,
because they did it first on
Grand
the
Theft Auto 5 is
PS3.
getting another fucking release.
Another one, yeah, fuck,
They're going to the PS5.
Jesus Christ, three console generations and
That's
PC.
four separate releases. Four separate releases since 2012, 11, 12.
I think it's 12.
Yeah, it's 12 because the last generation of consoles came out in 13.
Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like they were really pushing for that first generation release, and then in 2019 there was that whole controversy about overworking graphic
Hmm.
designers and game developers. So I think that's what caused them to push it back initially, and then
I
with
mean,
the new consoles coming out, they were just like, fuck it, let's try and shoot for post next gen console release. And then it still wasn't fucking ready after all that delay, after all that pushback.
for GTA.
No, for Cyberpunk
Oh,
2077.
yeah. I was gonna say GTA on like the Xbox 360 was fucking atrocious. I remember that.
Mm.
It ran so
Yeah,
poorly.
the GTA Online didn't even work at
No.
all until like 2 months after release.
Well, that's because it wasn't even available at release.
Hmm.
Um, and then you would they never really fixed the problem either. The fucking like loading screen and stuff to online. Back in the
It
day, they
takes
were like
so
5 minutes.
long.
Now they're like 3 minutes. Like they still never like made that game any better.
Yeah,
And they're making billions still because of all the fucking microtransactions and shit.
yeah.
So I don't know. Uh,
I've
I,
not played that game in like 5, 6 years now.
last year I went on a couple month tear on the old Grand Theft Auto Online. Played a lot, like a couple hundred hours of it. And then I just got to a point where like it's so grindy. I think we've talked about this
We've
before.
definitely spent a couple episodes on it, yeah.
It's just it's too much. Like it gets to a point where they just you know that they want you to just spend your real fucking money so that you can buy, a plane
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. So I lost it. I lost interest pretty quickly, I suppose. I was on it for a few weeks though. A lot. I mean, it's fun. I like messing around on it, but terrible business practices. I believe they're doing the same with Red Dead too.
I've not played Red Dead Online, but I've heard a lot about how the economy in that game is so much worse than GTA Online's is.
Really?
Like
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 really?
money is just you get so little money and everything's so expensive. I remember somebody told me about it, but I can't remember. But it was so ridiculous. Like ammunition was so expensive, and you'd get so little gold from missions and such.
Hmm. I mean, I don't. I believe it just because I think Rockstar makes incredible games. Um, but I think that Take Two Interactive are a bunch of fucking sleazeballs.
Yeah,
And anyone that doesn't know is Take Two's the parent company to Rockstar. They're the ones that fund all their game development. They're kind of like the Activision to Infinity Ward
yeah.
in the Call of
Like
Duty
this, like
world.
their single player experience is just superb. I absolutely loved Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode.
I I had it in my Steam cart. Um, when I went to go buy Cyberpunk. But then I was like, I'm gonna spend a lot of time on Cyberpunk. I don't need to buy Red Dead right now. I've never played it. I've
Still?
never played Red Dead 2. No.
Oh.
Um, so I am more than likely going to stream my time with Cyberpunk. Um, that'll get me to stream more. If I want to play Cyberpunk, I need to stream it.
Well, if you finish
Um,
Cyberpunk, then you can go play Red
and then
Dead
I'm
2.
gonna yeah, that's probably the plan for sure. I still have a couple other games that I have never played in my Steam library that I want to, but where's the time, man?
Mm.
When these fucking game companies are creating these 100-hour experiences, like, where's the
Yeah, fuck.
time? You can't. I think, oh, we've definitely bitched about that. I think games are too long, and I think there's too many of them.
You think movies are too long too, don't you?
Oh God, yeah. If a movie's over like an hour 20, I'm out. I fucking hate it. But I don't know. What else is new? Let's wrap it up.
Well, speaking of streaming, I have made a switch from
Ah, yes, I
Twitch
knew this.
to YouTube.
Congratulations. I'm very
Yes,
excited for you.
I'm looking forward
Maybe.
to it. I feel like I'll have a better chance of getting exposure and sort of building a community on YouTube, just
hmm
because I feel like getting recognized on Twitch is near impossible.
I know. I've thought about the same.
And
I've
then
absolutely thought about the
what
same.
what pretty much put the nail on the head on that one with that decision was when the whole DMCA thing started to come out, and then I discovered like some pretty like scummy shit with the way because Twitch, your VODs and clips, they get deleted after 30 days if you're just
hmm
nobody, and if you're affiliate or partner it's what, 90 days.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I found this out through Devin Nash, who does a lot of talks on the Twitch community and stuff,
hmm
that there's a public server that all
Right.
VODs and clips get stored on
Yeah, I'm
forever.
sure. Probably for probably more or less for like security reasons, in
But
case
the
any
thing
illegal
is,
activity was ever
if you know the URL to get to it, you can access it. Anybody,
really.
anybody can.
Yeah.
So like, let's
So
say
if you know
like a
like the actual like
music
code.
company decides to go through this server, and then they find my stream of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Well, I got the radio on.
You
I
have the
got the radio
radio on.
playing, and all the fucking
Yep.
songs. Boom. There's a fucking strike towards my channel, right?
Right.
So it's like,
I mean, I understand the switch. I mean, you're definitely playing it safe,
mhm,
and I don't know about switching over to YouTube too. Also, just I feel like when you stream on YouTube, you can kind of hit both nails with one hammer. Like building a streaming community, while also building like a YouTube channel.
yeah.
Um,
And also
and
your streams are automatically saved to your channel, and they stay
hmm
there forever. So
right. Yeah, I think I'll be right behind you on the switch to YouTube. I think I'd rather that platform. I do love Twitch. I watch a majority of the streamers I watch are Twitch streamers,
mhm,
but yeah, I will agree with you on the new streamers coming up. It's so hard to get exposure on Twitch. I mean, you it's a grind.
yeah.
It's every single day. But then not just, being live on Twitch, you need to, I mean, you gotta fucking be on every other social media platform,
Mhm,
just like throwing your links out, getting your name out there, people seeing profiles, hoping for clicks,
yeah.
because, somebody with two viewers, I mean, you're just shot to the bottom of the fucking world on Twitch, and there's so many streams nowadays
Oh yeah,
that you're
there's
just, you're in a sea of water.
I don't know. I saw a number that was like it was in the millions with how many
I'm sure.
um not like concurrent streamers, but how many people do stream at some point throughout the week. It's
hmm
it's in the millions. Like there's a lot of
Oh,
streamers. It's
absolutely. Oh,
so
I believe it.
saturated.
I believe it 100% because especially in COVID times, everybody's home.
Yeah,
Everybody's been trying to find something to like fill their time
yeah.
with. They've
It's like if
been,
you're not watching a
getting new
stream, you're streaming
hobbies.
yourself. So
Yeah, right. So, uh, I wouldn't I would fare to say that at some point uh, in the future, those numbers could probably hit 1 billion
Hmm.
as far as just like live streamers. Within like a week's time. I mean, a seventh and eighth of the world at any given time would be live streaming on the internet
Hmm.
through one platform or another. So, I mean, because you really got to think about how many porn stars or cam girls. They're live like all the time.
Yeah, and you make good money from it too. Not that I've done it myself.
Dude, if I could start an OnlyFans, I would. I mean, if I thought that my overweight hairy ass would navigate some views, I'd start
Hey
an
man,
OnlyFans.
people are into that.
You know what we need to do is we need to start an OnlyFans for Going Topicless,
Yeah,
and then release
just call it Going
fucking
Topless.
premium con going topless. That's fucking funny. Uh, but then just release premium content on there. Split the goods.
Hmm.
Fuck. We'll be millionaires in 2021.
Easy.
I'll show my dick like once a month.
Speaking of
But
cam girls, I
oh god,
don't
weird
know if she's a
transition.
cam girl. Fucking Belle Delphine. Have you
Oh
have
my
you kept
god,
up
yeah.
with her story last
Wait,
in December?
no,
So
no. Wait, that's the one that like sold her bathwater, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I
God,
think
fucking virgins, man. Jesus Christ.
well, she's not a
These
virgin
fucking
anymore. If
no,
you've
no, no, not
seen
her, not her, not her. I'm talking about the fucking the
oh the people
simps
who
that be
buy
fucking
that stuff,
buying her
yeah, fuck.
bathwater. That's
Hey, I
disgusting.
mean she's
A,
capitalizing off of it, so
I
fuck
no,
power
yeah,
to
good
her,
for
I
her.
guess.
Good for her. No,
But
get the
yeah,
bag.
in
No man.
November on a podcast, I think she announced that she was gonna do an adult film and release it on Christmas.
And
And
did she?
she did. Yes, I
And
saw.
did you watch it?
No, no. I did, however, see. I saw tweets
Will you
about it.
link it in chat?
If I can find it, I think it's on her OnlyFans, so you'd need an account. So
Um, and it's probably like $100 fucking.
probably.
There's all these fucking virgins. Okay,
But then
so
I
she
read an
released the mixtape.
article.
The
I read an
mixtape. She released the
article.
sex tape.
I read an article in pure Belle Delphine fashion. She's selling the condom that she used in the film.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll let
Why?
you wrap your mind around that one.
Why would anyone want that?
Sims, man, they'll buy anything. And if we were on Twitch,
That's
we'd be
some
banned
dude's
right now.
nut. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
That's the
yes.
worst thing I've ever heard.
I don't know if she
Is it
sold
like
it
up for
yet.
auction? Is it like a buy it now price? Is she donating the money to charity at least? Like that is
It's
the
it's
worst
it's
thing that
on
I've
her
ever heard.
store.
It's on her store.
It's
Does it
called.
come in like a nice little case?
I have to actually look at this. Wow. Okay, she's. It's called Gamer Girl Condom for $10, and it's out of stock. Unsurprising.
Wait, $10? She only got $10 for that?
I'm guessing she's got a bunch of them. It's got a custom packaging Gamer Girl Condom. It's got a Xbox controller on it on the wrapping.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude! I hate the world. I hate the world. People. This is my problem when people talk about like alien life and like other worlds like coming to Earth, and it's like, why? You're more concerned about eating each other's asses and fucking sniffing some condom that was inside of a woman. Like, we're terrible fucking creatures that have no fucking aspirations in life. We're the worst species in the entire universe.
This is why aliens haven't come to visit us yet. They're
No,
out there
because
and they've seen
because
what
we're
we
all
do and they're like, nope, I don't want any of that shit.
I'm like, no, why
Cross this
why are
planet
they
off the list.
reproducing? We need to stop reproducing. We need to kill off our own species. Actually, you know what? After 2020, I wouldn't be surprised if that shit happened. way sooner rather than later.
Honestly, I was saying we just let COVID run rampant and it will kill off all the stupid people.
Yeah, all those people that don't know how to fucking wear their masks still.
Yeah.
The amount of people like just fucking put it over your nose. Why is it so hot? Put it over your fucking nose.
I don't know.
For work, I'm in like a lot of
Or like you'll have
grocery
people who are
stores.
wearing it properly and then they go up to talk to you, they'll get real close and they'll bring the mask under their chin so they can talk to you. Like I can hear you just
Yeah.
fine with your
The
mask
amount
on.
of people that I have to have conversations with weekly that wear their mask and then they go to talk and they pull it away. Like we're still like socially distanced, I suppose, but they'll like pull the mask away to talk, and I'm like, that really defeats all purpose of wearing the fucking mask. Like,
Hmm.
you're a touching it every fucking 2 seconds, so then all your fucking germy ass hands are touching your fucking mask. But then I'm not getting into this. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over the masks. I'm over COVID. I'm over people being fucking stupid all the time, and I'm over Cyberpunk. But did you buy anything during the Steam sale?
I have not. I've been
You got
very
like 1 day, 2 days.
surprisingly I've not bought a whole lot of games or movies. I usually get a lot of movies. I go to movie theaters, but they were all closed, so
Well,
there's really nothing
I
to
did.
watch or
I
play.
tweeted about it. I tweeted about it. I think it was on New Year's Day. Uh, 2020 and COVID gave us one of the best things ever, and that was it closed down all gyms, so people aren't posting their like yearly New Year, New Me. I haven't worked out since last January selfie at the
Hmm.
gym, but like this is my year, and I'm actually gonna lose that 30 pounds that I've been telling myself I was gonna lose since high school. Um, so it's been really great that we haven't had to see that.
Good times.
Um,
The one
yeah,
good thing to come out of COVID.
there's a couple, but I mean, were people really that mad that they had to stay at home for like 3 months?
No.
Exactly. I'm like, yeah, some people lost their jobs. I lost my job. Not bitching about it. I went and got a new one. Uh,
I was out of work too for a couple months. And then I
but you're
streamed
back
daily
now,
and I
right?
still didn't get any following. What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Anyway.
I don't know. Cyberpunk's fucking dumb. COVID's dumb. Grand Theft Auto's dumb. I haven't watched. I watched like 3 Christmas movies this year, so that was dumb.
I watched uh I watched the entire Harry Potter series.
Ooh,
Because I had only watched the one, but it was right after I had read the books, so I was like, this is trash. But now
wait,
it's
you had never
been
seen any of them?
no, I'd never watched the movies.
Ah, I'm so jealous. So jealous. I wish that I could watch all those for like the first time again.
Yeah, so
I can watch if
I
that
watched
movie's
through
on
the whole
TV. I
thing.
watch it.
Because it had been
What'd you
like
think?
3 years since I had read the books, and I'd forgotten most of the lesser important details. So I felt like because of that, I was able to enjoy the movies a lot more for what they were really worth. And like all things considered, it's not a bad movie series. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep, yep. And then around like Half Blood Prince, Deathly Hollows, Emma Watson gets really fucking hot. So
Yes.
you know. But yeah, on that note,
Hmm.
I think we're gonna wrap up. First video pod from Going Topicless. That was fun.
Of the new year,
I will also I will
2021.
have a new microphone come next episode.
I probably won't.
Fair.
Income tax just destroys me, makes saving impossible.
Well, that's because you live in Canada.
Hmm. Government takes like 30% of my paycheck. It's fucking ridiculous.
Shouldn't have voted for that guy.
I didn't even vote for him. Fuck, I don't even remember who I voted for. Oh, I think I voted conservative.
Oof.
Yeah.
Everybody becomes a conservative once they start getting paychecks. Well, you should at least. But that's next episode.
Yeah.
Because it'll be tax time by that by the next
Yep.
episode.
Yep. Good times, good times. Can't
Uh,
fucking wait for it, mate.
so
Anyway,
yeah, check out the stream, twitch.tv/L_Gandhi. That's Gandhi. L is an EL, like El Salvador. I don't know if that's a reference I should have made. Wait, that's a city, right?
um,
All
you
right, well,
sure?
I'm out.
You can, oh gosh, just you can find my streams on youtube.com/CJDipper1212. First stream of the new year will probably be sometime this week. This has been another episode of Going Topicless. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Peace. Do my camera too, so just eternal darkness like my soul.